All right, so I'm out riding around in the old Gambler 500 van today, and not too far away from home, but just far away enough that I don't have any phone service. Down here by the river, there's a little house across the road. Since I was here the last time, they've built an encampment right up here on the other side of the road. That's kind of cool. It's a pretty clean, nice looking little place. Right up here somewhere on this hillside, unless they've torn it down since I was here last, there was a house. So let's see if we can find that. Just kind of out riding around in this thing today. It's not been driven since probably, I don't know, not the very next weekend, but the second weekend after the Gambler 500. So it's been a month ago. Anyway, oh, here we go. Here's that house. This place has been abandoned as long as I've ever been around here. You can just barely see it there. But it's a really quirky looking little abandoned house. It's old too. Pretty old anyway. One of these days, I'm gonna go up there and check that place out. As you can see, we got some storm damage and stuff around here, looks like. But not too awfully bad. I think they actually come up through, or somebody comes up through here anyway and keeps this road cleared off. And it looks like the river's up a little bit. It's moving fairly rapidly. There's the other driveway to that house. Sorry if the quality of this video is terrible. I'm trying to drive and I'm using my phone. I didn't think to bring my actual camera, so sorry about it. More stuff over there. But yeah, pretty neat. I'm gonna hang it up, and I think in a few minutes, I'll go back and check that house out maybe. Okay, so I've encountered a pretty hairy looking mud hole here. Ooh. I guess I'll run the front tires in it, and if it sinks too much, I'll back up and go around it some way. But yeah, hopefully that's not too hairy. So, and this hill, of course, just like any hill, I always rant about this. The camera doesn't do it justice. Even standing here looking at my phone, this hill is a lot steeper than what it looks like on the camera. So we'll see what happens. All right. Let's see. Well, thing's already trying to spin back there. Why do you do this to me, Van? It's barely even muddy back here behind me. I must be getting on a root or something, because it's like dead stopping. Let me roll up here just a hair. It also doesn't help that, unlike in the Gambler 500, when I had like 4 or 5 people piled in the back of this thing, I don't have near as much weight going in here now. Well, it goes a little further each time, except for that time. Ah, there is a root. Okay, I just gotta stop and look at this. I will get out of here. But it's kind of comical. I mean, like, literally, I'm practically on flat ground at this point. That's not even mud, that's just dirt. It's just spinning up the dirt. It's trying to spin both tires though, so that's good. So yeah, I'll try to get out of here and I'll be back in a second. This is why you don't want to get off in anything too awfully hairy when you're out riding around by yourself. Because you get stuck and there's nobody around to pull you out, you don't have any phone service, and you've got to walk about 5 miles to get somewhere to get somebody to come help. So yeah, you got to be careful about this sort of stuff. The ground is perfectly solid to walk on right here, all the way up till you get pretty much right here to the mud hole. If there had been somebody here to pull me out or help me get out or whatever, I would have hit it wide open. I wouldn't even have stopped. I'd have came down through here, got a running shot, and just soused it. Probably skipped it right across the top of this and probably wouldn't have gotten stuck. There's a root right there. That was part of what was holding me back. And then there's another one. Well, I guess it's probably the same route runs across. And I was getting the front wheels caught up on that. If it hadn't been for that, I could have backed out probably without even hardly spinning the tires. It's always the little thing. Okay, so this is kind of a tight squeeze between these two trees here. Oh yeah, no problem. So yet again, I'm going out and around some sort of way that I don't have to go and possibly shouldn't be going, but you know what? That's what makes it fun. Because there's a nice, smooth gravel road just right there at the top of this embankment that bypasses all this, where I don't have to squeeze 2 inches away on either side from trees, but you don't get such a good view of the river right here. This is a beautiful place. I may try to go up that. And there is kind of a beach here. I mean, it's kind of nice. I've never gone camping down here before, but I bet it would be pretty cool. So yeah. Try not to get hung up in the sand. Come right around through here. Oh yeah. I'll go ahead and cut her off here for a second. Yeah, I haven't been down here in a while. You guys suppose I should, see if I can't hammer it down right across there in the van? I bet we'd make it. Not really. I'm joking. Now, just right over the hill right here is the spot where you can actually cross the river. And if you can see right above my finger where that little branch is coming out is actually a trail that comes up out of the river, but the water level is very high. So I'm not going to attempt it. Come back down here in a month or two from now after it hasn't rained for a week solid, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let the adventure continue. This is another one of those times that if there was somebody else here with me, I might attempt this. Yet again, probably doesn't do it justice on camera, but that is a heck of a hill. Matter of fact, I can get down here where I'm on flat ground. Yeah. It still doesn't do it justice. But anyway, that is a brutally steep hill right here. And I don't really know where it goes. So we're gonna walk up it here and find out. I'm already running out of wind here, just trying to get up through here. This would be a heck of a hill to go up on a four-wheeler, let alone in a van. This is the kind of thing that worries me about it too. You get up here, it makes a weird little curve. A bunch of roots. And it appears to me, whew, that it literally dead ends up here. So, whew, good thing I didn't tear off up through here anyway. Yeah, look at the van. Look how far down there that is. Don't let me forget. Cardio is important. Okay, so you remember when I made that comment about not doing something stupid when you're off by yourself? Well, I just about messed up. You can see I've hit this big stump right here. Sideswiped this tree right here. Got a little bit hairy on me right in there, just because of the angle. I had to run up on the embankment. And that big tree right where my finger is on, I just about sideswiped the roof on it because the van was at such an extreme angle. And there's no place to turn around and came back and go back the way you came right there. So yeah, I'm committed. I barely made it through there. And now I've got to figure out a way to get out of here. Beautimous. So, right over there is where I got into that little mess I showed you a minute ago. And I went in through that way to avoid this. There is no way this van is making it across that. So, I think it's kind of dumb this is here anyway. The creek, even at its very worst, has never been more than like 2 feet deep, if even that much. So I've got to find a way to get across the creek and get back out of here. This is strangely cleared out right here. Probably, I don't know, maybe they use it as like a campsite or something. I don't know. So, clothing, a bunch of stuff all over the place. Let's see. There's a shallow spot right here somewhere. Probably can't get around that tree. There's a shallow spot right here. Now, if I can just figure out a way to get around this big dead tree. Well, you know what? Let's just go down here and get the van. Ta-da! I actually went back up around to the other end of this, where I sideswiped the tree and stuff, and doubled back and actually drove on top of the embankment. Like straddled up the top of it. It was actually a lot easier to go up the top than it was to go that way on the actual trail. So, but yeah, I came down right here, and now I'm about to cross the creek in the same place that I crossed it to get in here. So, I think we'll be in good shape. Yeah, I almost never got out of there. But, you know, whatevs. You can see my failed attempt at going up that really steep embankment right there. But, what is this? Just about got stuck right here. Oh, run through somebody's fire pit. Let me just go around that. There we go. The sand is a little bit soft, but it's not too bad. Yeah, now that we've made it out of the hairy part of the woods here, let's go up here and see if we can't check out this old abandoned house a little bit. I'm not gonna like go in it or do anything like that. It does have you know, private property or keep out signs around, but I mean, that place has been abandoned for a long time. So I just want to see what it looks like up close. You know what? I actually just couldn't resist the urge to get a little bit better look, at least at the front of this house. I like how they've got an old outhouse right here. But yeah, you can tell nobody's lived here or anything in a in a long time. But it looks like somebody kind of keeps the place cleaned up, though. They got their nice little outhouse. If you look right here, you got a little drawbridge that goes over to this set of stone steps off their porch. I guess that's probably to help keep critters out. Probably like bears and I don't know, you know, better yet, people. They got gates and stuff in front of the doors and they're all chained up. So whoever built this house kind of knew what they were doing. Beautiful little deck. Beautiful staircase. You've still got some bushes planted here. So I guess this place really isn't as old as it seems like it is. But that's really just because I guess nobody has actively been living in it in a very long time. If they ever did. You know, like I said, I mean, I was an adult before I ever knew of this area that this house is in, let alone the house itself. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Now, I'm not going to go start peeking in the windows or any of that garbage either. Are these steps wood? They are wood. I thought the steps and all were stone, but it's just the wall. Yeah, this is a pretty cool little place. Somebody did a really cool job whenever they built this place. That's neat. The whole place is neat and actually in really good shape. You know, if this place came up for sale or something, it wouldn't be hard at all for somebody to renovate this and make it easily livable. That's pretty cool.